We just got our first look at Sentry's suit and Thunderbolts thanks to Marvel Legends action figures, and I'm letting you know right now, this really might shock you. And no, don't worry, it's not any of these images. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm gonna give you a chance. What about my uncle? Did you give him a chance? Either way, me and you, we gotta talk about it. But this is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. Throughout all of the various different trailers for Thunderbolt, we've been getting little tastes of what Sentry's suit could look like. His belt was revealed in one of the trailers with the S logo and everything. And even over here, you can see the schematics of what the Golden Sentry Serum does to a person. But boom! You looking for this? This is our first official look at Sentry's suit. Why we got it in a Marvel Legends action figure? I don't know why they keep doing. You know, my first impressions of the suit are like everything with all the other MCU suits. There's like an over-panelization, which is definitely not a word, but we gonna make it one. Outside of that, brother, this is Sentry in live action. I never thought we would see this. And he really got that shit on. Homie really hitting that pose for real. He really hitting that pose for real. This is actually a pretty good side-by-side comparison to see how the MCU kind of adds bits and pieces to their suits compared to the comic suits. But I mean, all in all, what more do you want? We got Sentry. Live action. He's wearing the yellow spandex. People will still find a way to complain. My brother in Christ, they could have given him black leather like the X-Men. Yes, I did pre-order this. I find that a primal scream is the best way to release your emotion. Mine! Now I'm curious if we'll get one for the Void. Dog, they got his beady little eyes perfect. Inhale that aura. And don't forget that we got Louis Pullman returning as Sentry in Avengers Doomsday. Thank God, because I need him to survive throughout the MCU just so we can get a live-action World War Hulk where we get one of the greatest comic book fights of all time. I need that more than air. And yes, one of the worst kept secrets in the world is that Bob's gonna end up being Sentry / the Void. We're trying so hard to make it seem like he's some bumbling idiot. You know, it's probably gonna play as a twist in the movie, but they already revealed everything about Sentry in the marketing, so no one's gonna be surprised. It's like when they revealed the Red Hulk in the Brave New World trailer, man. Can you imagine if they just didn't show that? It would have hit way harder.
He's stronger than all of the Avengers rolled into one, going to be known as Earth's mightiest hero.
Damn, he's dick riding.
Take orders from anyone at all.
Calling himself a god?
What I'm capable of.
Avengers are gone. No one's coming to save the day.
I'm coming.
Be the people that are coming.
We're all gonna be coming.
Us?
Being a hero, there is no higher calling.
I'm in, man. I can't wait. This looks great.
Leaders make second.
We just got a brand new look at Sentry. Actually, that's the Void. Did they name him after your dad? So we just got a brand new look at Bob / Sentry / the Void. They taking they them for real. But I love that they're showcasing just how powerful this demon is. Me and you, we gotta talk about who this is. But let's glaze this for a second because they really got my man hitting the pose. Such a poser. And yeah, that's not Sentry. That's his dark half, the Void. Look at the little beady eyes. If you zoom and enhance, you can kind of see the little beady eyes here. This is the best image I could get. I'm sorry. So we got this illustrious back shot of Sentry, aka the Void, looking like an unlockable character. But who are they and why are they one of the most powerful characters in the entire MCU? In the comics, Robert Reynolds was just an ordinary guy with a severe drug addiction issue who, thanks to the impulses of his drug addiction, takes the Golden Sentry Serum, which ends up making him the pinnacle of super soldier and granting him with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, but also a dark half. Robert Reynolds ultimately becomes the Sentry, one of the most powerful Superman-esque powered characters in the comics, with the other three being Gladiator, Blue Marvel, and Hyperion. Now, this Golden Sentry Serum was actually based off of the original super soldier serum by Dr. Erskine. You know, the guy who made Captain America. Not a perfect soldier, but a good man. Well, it turns out Canada's Department K in an attempt to restart the Weapons Plus program, and I'm thinking that's what this secret military base that we see in the trailer could be. And in older trailers, we actually see his Sentry logo that goes on his belt buckle right here, as well as some plans for this Golden Sentry Serum. You can see the way their hair turns blonde, which makes me think that they're going to try to make Sentry look like a Super Saiyan in this, which all I got to say is that means something to me. Ullman is going to be playing Robert Reynolds, aka Bob. Like, they're trying so hard to make him look like a goofball that it's not obvious anymore. We all know that's Robert Reynolds, but on hands and knees in front of Florence Pugh, that's kind of real. Mommy. But Sentry's got a darker half, an entity named the Void that lives inside of his mind, which can take over at times and become just a straight up villain. That's what we heard in the trailer. And his final form is a thing of nightmares. He looks like a big ass crustacean. So yeah, when you see all this black shroud in New York City, that's the Void. And the Void is sending people to the damn gulag, which is something that's ripped straight from the damn panels. Just to give you a sense for how powerful Sentry is, he was able to tie in a fight with World Breaker Hulk. And I need this fight in live action more than I need air. And I know what you're probably thinking, how the fuck are these super soldiers gonna be able to beat a god, basically? I mean, we saw Sentry, aka the Void, just throw Alexi out of a damn window. Which, by the way, we can kind of see a little bit of that yellow suit right there. And that blonde Super Saiyan hair. I mean, shit, he gave Bucky flashbacks. You have a metal arm? That's awesome, dude. Dog, he ripped Bucky's arm from its socket and tossed him aside like he was a fucking toy. Like he was Woody from Toy Story. I wish I could show this whole panel, but it's kind of gruesome. But Sentry, aka the Void, has a fetish for tearing people in half. And let's just say, I think I know who his first victim is gonna be. The only person that can stop Sentry and the Void is Sentry and the Void. In the comics, he makes everyone and himself himself forget about the Void, that way he has no power over his mind, which actually sounds similar. But if I had to bet how they're going to stop him, they're going to get Robert Reynolds to be able to break through a little bit and hold him at bay until they're able to use some type of super soldier technology that's able to erase your memory. Because I don't see how Doctor Strange is popping up in this, even though he probably should. Is Spider-Man on vacation again? But that actually would kind of be fire if you could activate Sentry with fucking code words and shit. Either way, Sentry's here in the MCU, and I'm juiced. Because this shit means something to me. It's time for us to acknowledge that Thunderbolts might end up being one of the greatest MCU movies in history. Because we just got a whole lot of brand new details for the movie thanks to Empire Magazine. And all the information they revealed makes me really believe this movie's gonna be peak. And me and you, we gotta talk about it. So like I mentioned from the top, the Thunderbolts cover the latest issue of Empire. We got this dope new cover of them chilling in a limousine. Why did I say it like that, limousine? Here's a textless version of the cover. I removed my big ass head out of the way in case you want to crop it. And why do they got so much ore? This looks like a rap album cover. I mean shit, damn near everyone in this damn limousine have been mind controlled or manipulated by their government. Or super soldiers who have been mind controlled, manipulated by the government. And they ain't the Avengers. They ain't got high tech or money. They just got
Don't rush him if I press the button to drippy the scuff. The blick in the duffel, it came with a muzzle, so why would I?
We also got this poster for Empire Magazine. I just love this so damn much. Look at the detail. The Empire cover has a little asterisk at the end of the E. You got bullet holes everywhere, and yeah, they're floating heads, but this is how you do a floating head poster because it's paying homage to classic Avengers covers. And I think that deserves a goddamn salute. Remove that big ass head out of the way in case you want to crop this again. But now on to the juicy, ayo, new details that we just got. We got Florence Pugh herself saying that the tone of Thunderbolts is like a quiet, badass, indie A24 feeling assassin movie with Marvel superheroes. Ah, yes, my favorite director, A24. And I'm not gonna hold you at this point. We gotta start talking about A24 being the greatest director of all time. And for everyone who doesn't understand satire, that's a joke. This issue of Empire also gave some brand new images for the Thunderbolts. Here we got Yelena Belova, mommy, and Bob looking at something surprised. They might have uncovered a secret. Mommy, so nice I had to say it twice. We're getting 2 hours and 20 minutes of Florence Pugh in a lead role in a Marvel movie. Oh my! And here are the Thunderbolts after they kick names and take ass. Where have I seen this movie before? He's showing restraint. He really has improved. But the reason why I was always excited and why I'm even more excited now is because the creative team behind Beef is making this movie. And director Jake Schreier says that Thunderbolts feels different from the other MCU movies. There's an emotional darkness that we brought to this that is so resonant, but doesn't come at the expense of comedy. And I know there's a lot of people that are done with MCU comedy nowadays. They're right behind me, aren't they type shit. So that's a beautiful welcome sight. But I absolutely love this because he goes on to say on a character level, they're all a little bit lost, looking for belonging, purpose, and perhaps redemption. Particularly Lewis Pullman's mysterious Bob, the unknown quantity among the team. Bob is going through what all of them are probably secretly going through. Yelena sees part of herself in him. She's always been someone that wants to look after people. She has a sweet spot for him and essentially likes looking after him because he's useless. Like I mentioned before, these are people who have all been manipulated by their government and at one point in their life did not have free will. So of course Yelena of all people is going to look at Bob, who's probably being experimented on because we all know he's going to be Robert Reynolds' Sentry, and is like, I like you. You remind me of me. This cast of characters can make for a really compelling narrative. And dog, this is right here where I got up standing and saluted because they said Thunderbolts is inspired by Toy Story 3? Huh? What'd you say? Yeah, that's right, I didn't stutter. The characters in Thunderbolts, like those in Toy Story 3, are facing obsolescence. Can they get out of the trash can together? Dog, directly referencing the scene that made me cry. They're gonna try to make me cry, aren't they? Ugly cry too. And I know this is gonna be compelling because they're gonna be tackling mental health in Thunderbolts. You're talking about a group of characters that have done a lot of bad things, and maybe you're struggling with feeling good about themselves. There's an element that does speak to mental health and loneliness and how some of the darkness that we experience in our lives can't be necessarily fixed, but can only really be made lighter through connection and finding others. I'm telling you, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of substance to Thunderbolts, not just kick, kick, punch, punch action. I feel like it's actually going to have something to say, and I hope it does. Finally, there's going to be a Thunderbolts themed PSA, silence your phones, just like for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's going to show up in theaters soon. If you live in the UK, guess what? You get Thunderbolts a day early on May 1st. Watch that with your tea and crumpets. But that's all the news that has me excited for Thunderbolts. Let me know what you think about this news down in the comments below, and as always, like and follow for more.